The stone chicken coop slash goat shelter has been working very well with a few minor complaints and some changes that we're going to be making here. We have a much smaller flock than we had a year ago. So we have 3 Isa Browns back there and 1 Brahma rooster. And then in our little nursery over here, we have 8 new Brahmas, which it looks to me so far like they're all hens, which is good. Last year we had a lot more chickens, and unfortunately we have had a very bad year with predators. Over the last year we've lost a lot of chickens, and many of them were lost because of this door right here. And so this is going to be my first and biggest complaint. I actually did a video when I installed this door. I have since removed the link to this door from that video and put a note in there about this chicken coop opener, this door opener. This is an automatic opener. It's powered by batteries. It has a gear behind here that runs in these little notches that pulls it up and down. It has a little photo sensor here, and it's programmable. This thing has been very, very unreliable, and that is the reason why we lost over 20 chickens last year. It would work for a while. The programming of it, number one, was very difficult. The sensors in it are just not done well. For instance, if you get something in this little track right here, which of course the chickens are walking out here, so this is going to fill with junk, right? When this door comes down, it won't close. It thinks that there's a chicken in there, and it will come back up and leave the door open. And so that happens sometimes at night, where when it would close on time, it would hit this or hit a piece of a wood chip or something in there, and then it would come back up enough for a predator to get in. Sometimes it would just fail to work whatsoever. It was just completely not trustworthy, and I didn't realize how untrustworthy it was until it was too late. I have done many videos on predators, on coop safety, on coop security, how that is all, how do you manage keeping your chickens safe? We've had hundreds of chickens over the years out on the farm, free range chickens, pasture chickens, chickens in chicken coops, chickens in barns, all these things. And we've maybe lost 1 or 2 here or there to predators. This was just unbelievable. We are here in the woods, and there are a lot more predators, and so that was part of the problem. We have foxes, we have owls, we have hawks, we have possums, we have raccoons, and other things, coyotes and things like that. And our number one predator here is raccoons, and that's what got, I'm pretty sure, almost all of these chickens. What would happen is we have a light that's on in the coop, and nighttime comes, these chickens are trained. They will come in from the pasture, even if they're far in the back. They free range out here, or pasture range out here, and then they'll see the light. When it starts to get dark, they'll climb up and they'll get in the coop, and they'll be nice and safe, and everything's fine, because the raccoons and the predators generally just come out at nighttime. They're out in the trees, they're out in the forest here, and they'll come out, and they know the chickens are here. They'll get into the feeder sometimes, and they'll get some food out, and they'll just eat that. But if there's chickens out here, they'll get them. There were several nights last year where we came home late. We had an engagement where we were gone from maybe 4 in the afternoon until 11 o'clock at night. In the wintertime, it does get dark a little earlier, so maybe 6, 7 o'clock, it was getting dark, and so I had this automatic door so that the chickens would get inside, the door would close when it got dark, and they would be safe. This has worked for years for us. This door opener worked for a couple months, and then one night I came home, and one night we came home late, the door was not closed, and we had lost like 8 chickens. There was a family of raccoons that had come through, and they just, they got in the coop, they got chickens there, they scattered the chickens around they were coming out, and it was a mess. That was a huge loss for us. And so I came out here, I troubleshooted this thing, I cleaned it all up, I worked on trying to make sure it worked, I tested it over, came out here and looked at it every night and morning, and it was working fine. And then lo and behold, the good old chicken coop opener failed me again about a few weeks later, and the same kind of thing happened. We lost another good batch of chickens to predators. And so I have since just stopped using it. I basically come out here, and I yank this thing shut, and it kind of locks if you bend it just the right way. And then when I, in the morning, I just force it open. And this thing, all right, this thing is a piece of garbage. The chicken coop door opener that I did a review on, or installation video on, about 3... Okay, shh. I did a video at the farm where I had a much better, it was made in England, it was a much better chicken coop door and automatic door, a much better design. That one worked literally flawless for me for over a year, and I will put a link to that in the description because I believe that is trustworthy, and that is what I will be getting down the road. I'll be buying a new one of those. For today, we are going to turn this into a manual door, very similar to what I've used in the past. We'll have some kind of a sliding door in here with a mechanism of wire that will come over and maybe come to this tree. That way I can walk out to the gate from the outside and maybe come up to this tree somewhere and pull a cord and open and close the door. That way I don't have to walk in there as much. So we have a simple project, but I'll just show you guys how to make a very simple sliding chicken coop door that is a manual operated door. That's similar design to what I've used in the past in several of our coops, in our pole barn coop as well as our suburban coop that originally, and other coops and chicken places that we have built. So let's get some scraps together, see what we have laying around, and build a chicken coop door. Maybe the metal will come in handy somewhere. Just about as simple as it gets. This is weed whipper line. I don't know where I had a little extra bundle of it, and so it was laying around in the shop. So I use that instead of cord. The nice thing about this, obviously, is it gets wet and stuff. It doesn't expand or shrink. It is a little bit stretchy, but it should be fine. Just threw a little washer on here and a nail. Oh, you just let go and let it drop. And they have this awesome orange cable hanging across and then obviously during the day we'll just hang it on the nail and let the door stay open. So I think that'll work fine. It's not beautiful. And I am gonna get a new electric door, but I just cannot lose any more chickens. We've got these new babies coming in here, and I wanna make sure that we keep this safe and secure. And so I'm just gonna have to make sure that I lock them up either early before I leave if I'm gonna be out late, or just make sure they get closed up every night. I've been wanting to get this breed for quite some time. They're a very large breed, so they're an excellent dual purpose bird. They don't lay eggs quite as much as the others do, but they're still, you know, good producers, and they're hardy. They're good for our weather up here in the north. So this is going to be, I'm going to kind of raise these guys out, see how they do through the winter, and then we'll maybe get some more of them in the spring. I've talked about this many times, but chickens are awesome to have. We will always have chickens. We always want to have our own supply of protein, and we raise these chickens out, and we, you know, get meat out of them every couple of years. So we'll keep chickens for a few years, we'll take them and get them processed, we'll get new ones, and we try to raise out our own. I will talk about breeding chickens in another video, and how we have what we have done in the past, and kind of our future plan for, we're going to try to produce the ultimate chicken breed here on the homestead, with our own kind of breeding here. So we'll take you guys along for those things, but the goal right now is to make sure we keep those predators away, keep this coop secure. I've been trapping a lot of raccoons, getting them out of the area, and the chicken door is the key to keeping these guys safe at night. So what's your experience with automatic chicken doors? Good luck or bad luck? And what's your favorite brand if you do have one or had used one? I'd love to hear from you guys, and I will put a link in the description to my favorite automatic chicken door that I know actually works and is reliable, so you guys can check that out. Thumbs up on today's video. Of course, subscribe if you haven't already. Love to have you tag along. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.